Alright guys, we're doing another tanking video because the NBA has said, okay, these are our 3 ideas. Now, I don't want to just totally rehash the last video I did on this, but people know where I stand on this. I don't agree with this quote-unquote outrage about tanking. I don't think it's actually that big. If you're against tanking or some aspects of tanking, like, that's fine. I still don't think it's like this massive black hole in the league or anything. I would say there's 9 teams that are tanking right now. Not all of them went into this season with the intention of tanking. Like, I would say the Grizzlies, the Pacers, the Bucks all tried to have better seasons than they ended up having. And some of these teams have either made moves to try to get better next year, Wizards and Jazz, or they're just going to be healthier next year. Pacers, Mavs, you get it. And the Pacers too on that one. The future of the Bucks and the Grizzlies definitely up in the air, sure. Now, are there some matchups at this point in the season that you deem pretty much unwatchable when you look at the slate of the games for the night? Yeah, I will give you that. Even then, we just had Rockets-Wolves that was great, and we had Celtics-Thunder the same night that wasn't a national game. The day before that, it was Nuggets-Suns down to the wire, a competitive Magic-Cavs game. Yesterday, we had Knicks-Hornets, which was an interesting matchup, even if the Hornets kind of ran away with it. The Knicks made it a little close by the end. It was like 10 points. So anyway, on to these ideas that I really recommend you look at the ESPN article, but if you want to look at the Shams tweet, that's fine. All 3 of them entail putting more teams in the lottery. 2 of them is 18, 1 is 22, which is total insanity. And that one uses the 2-year window. But for the first proposal, that one would have the odds being flattened to where it's 1 through 10 all have the same chances, which just flattens the odds even more. We just saw last season the Wizards, the Nets, the Pelicans, the Jazz all be among the worst teams in the league, and they picked 5 through 8. And so to flatten the odds even more, you're just creating more outcomes of that. Like, you're just going to get teams that are just on this conveyor belt of you're just never going to get the guy. You can't turn the franchise around. Sure, that doesn't absolve teams of making bad deals or whatever. Like, that's always going to happen. Like, we see teams turn it around with, I don't know, Giannis getting picked 15th, but you're not giving those teams the best odds to turn their team around, right? Which then goes to the other point of, does the NBA believe that a bad team is bad because they're tanking? Like, that happens sometimes. I still don't think it happens as much as the NBA apparently believes. Most of the time, teams are just bad, man. Now, the third proposal is a little similar. It's also 18 teams. The odds, it doesn't say exactly what it is, but the top 5 teams would have the same odds. So still some form of flattening the odds. And the teams in the top 5 can fall out of the top 5. And then it's funny how in the ESPN article, they're like, well, if they fall out of the top 5, they can only fall as far as number 10, so it's not too bad. Bro, that's still a disaster. What do you mean? Like, if I'm a bad team, you think I'm going to be like, oh, thank you, NBA, for making it to where I had the 4th worst record and I got the 9th pick. Like, what are you talking about? And while the 22 number is truly crazy, 18 is still way too many teams to me. And then we have the second idea, which is just so many things happening. So first off, we go to a 22-team lottery. Well over half the league having a chance at some amount of high picks is insane. Now, this one does do the 2-year thing, which in the last video I said, NBA, don't do this because I just don't want to deal with it. Now, maybe I'm just misunderstanding something about this. There is a blurb in the ESPN article of, in this system, the top 4 spots would be drawn as part of the lottery as is currently. Would that mean that the top 4 teams have their own separate odds? What would those odds be? What are the odds outside of the top 4? I don't know. The second proposal is so crazy, I feel dumb asking anything about it. My instant reaction to that one, and to all these, is just you're just creating way too many variables. Between that many teams and 2-year record windows and a minimum, like, games won floor and just, I mean, you look at right now, we have a potential Nuggets-Wolves round 1 series happening. And again, I know it would be based on 2-year record. If there is a world in which the Denver Nuggets have a chance to jump in the draft to the point where a team that has been bad for who knows how many years is going to be disappointed, then the draft is just broken, man. Like, what are we doing? And even if it wouldn't be a bad team, maybe it's just a team that, a 30-something win team year in and year out, I mean, you look at the Kings, there is no rule, there is no alteration you could have to the lottery or to the draft that is going to make the Kings go, oh, we can't do it like this, we got to do another way to win. The only way the Kings can become a good team is by getting a series of high draft picks that they still have to nail, of course. So that's about it. Have a good one, guys.